Hey guys, Foxy here, and this will be part 6 of What If Naruto Was in The Walking Dead. And guys, before I start the video, I am probably going to pronounce these names completely wrong. I am so sorry. Actually, with some of them, I might just ignore, and I might not just say the names. I might have Naruto just come up with weird nicknames for them. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do when I don't know the names or can't pronounce them correctly. Either way, let's get to the video. Rick dragged me all the way to the rooftop. I tried to tell him to stop, but he didn't listen. Oh, what a lovely older brother you are. Yeah, for the past few days, me and Rick got close. We didn't have that father bond. We more have had that older brother bond. Yeah. Rick was very kind and sweet and just, well, he was good. When we finally made it to the rooftop, everyone was yelling at this guy. His name was, well, Merle Daxon. And I can positively say that I have never, ever heard that name before. But the name matches with the guy. He looks like a douchebag. They were yelling and I did not pay attention. I was not interested in this child fight. All of a sudden, a black man named T-Dog, very interesting name choice, yelled at Merle. Merle was yelling at him, and all of a sudden, they got into a fist fight. I wanted to step in and help, but they needed to grow up. So I sat down and just watched. Even though my instincts were telling me to help them, I just, I needed them to grow up. And, realize that we are in a zombie apocalypse. They cannot fight like children. So I just sat, not listening. That was until Rick pointed guns at everyone. He didn't realize I was there. So, as silently as I could, I pulled out one of my kunai, aimed for his hand. But before I could fire it, Rick was already behind him and punched the dude in the face. Then chained him to a pole. Well, not really a pole. And chained him to something. And Merle was yelling at him. All Rick said was that he was no longer a police officer. He was a man trying to find his family. And they had sappy moments and all. Then Rick pulled a white powder substance out of the man's pocket and threw it overboard. And Merle just yelled, "Oh, those are my drugs." I raised an eyebrow. What? I had no clue what drugs were. Mostly because I never paid attention in class. So I just thought, oh, well, it was a candy substance or something, whatever. Now, everyone was coming up with a plan how to get out of this building. And me being me, I decided just to go downstairs. I had a weird instinct just to, find something. As I got down to the bottom floor, zombies were crowding the place, trying to break in. I didn't pay much mind to it, just looked around. I found pretty necklaces, gems, and just a lot of clothing. Sheesh, this place is fantastic. And Karma, after you wake up, I'm going to beat the ever-living chakra out of you for making me into a hoarder. I said to myself as I opened a glass door, showing off a lot of pretty and beautiful necklaces, rings, and why not? I was not too interested in the rings. I was more interested in the earrings and necklaces. I had a ear piercing, so after choosing my pair of earrings, I stuck them in. The earrings were 2 fox earrings. I know, iconic, but seriously, they were beautiful. The foxes were red with tips of white on the ears, and they had blue sapphire eyes. They looked lovely, and I chose a few necklaces. Not too heavy duty, just red or blue necklaces. I liked them. Then I saw Rick coming in with the blonde-haired chick. Rick said her name was Andrea. I hope I got that one right. Rick and Andrea didn't see me. Andrea was by a necklace, a mermaid necklace. She asked Rick if she could take it, and Rick said, yeah. And I thought that was a go-ahead for me, so I picked up a lot of necklaces and shoved them into a bag. The bag with the food, though. Then we heard a crashing sound. No! I cried to myself as Rick and Andrea panicked. I was about to find even more jewelry. Oh, god dang it. As we were about to make our way upstairs, I caught something caught my eye. It was a hoodie. It was a dark red hoodie with fox ears. I just had to have it. So, quickly, I grabbed the hoodie off the mannequin it was on and ran upstairs, without my knowledge that the mannequin was still attached to the hoodie. So I ran upstairs with the hoodie and the mannequin to the roof. When I got there, Rick, with a smug grin, says, "Who's your friend?" I didn't have no clue at the moment what he meant. So when I looked down and saw a broken apart mannequin, I screamed like a girl and jumped onto him. "Monster!" I said as I got into Rick's arms. "It's not a monster. It is a mannequin, your friend," Rick said with a smug grin. "It is no friend of mine. It has no face and it is as white as a ghost. Get me away from it. I only want my hoodie," I said as I was shaking in his arms. "Sheesh, I didn't know you had this child side about you." "Oh, shut up," I said as I was composing myself together. Everyone was laughing now, even the weird guy Merle. "Okay, no reason to make fun of me," I said as I got down and finally got the hoodie I wanted. "Ah, yes, I got my hoodie," I said as I sat down, hugging the hoodie. "Well, aren't you adorable?" Merle said as he had a weird smile on his face. Well, it wasn't a malicious smile, but it was like he was trying to smile with happiness and laughter or something. "Yes, I am very happy with what I got. Oh, and I got so much pretty little things. Want to see them?" I said as I pulled out the necklaces, earrings, and maybe a few rings. "Ooh, that's a good haul." Well, it isn't really a good haul if it's going to keep you alive. These are just something that caught my eye, so I took it. "Ooh, so you're a thief?" Well, I'm not a thief. There's no police or no one to stop me, so I just took it. In either way, they're going to go to waste if no one's going to wear them either way, I said as I hugged the newly acquired gems to myself. Merle just laughed. "Well, you are one funny little kid." "Well, I'm not a fun little kid. I'm fun, but not a little kid." "How old are you? 12? Then you're a little kid." "Come on! Well, if you're under my age, you're a little kid. When I kick your shin, when I push you off the building, try it, old man," I said, getting face to face with him. Then he kicked me. Not off the building, but you kicked me. Ouch! Well, I didn't think you would actually kick me, but hey, you didn't kick me off the building. If I was closer, I would kick you off the building. Oh, I thought you liked me. Uh-huh. I don't like kids. But you said you like me. He stayed silent, knowing that he was defeated. Do you want a few? A few of what? Earrings, necklaces, whatever the heck I have. Sure. I showed him more of my haul. He wanted a few of them, mostly golden chains and a few earrings, nothing too much. After I put them around his neck and in his ears, he was quite happy. Oh, I look cool. Yes, you do. I shoved my haul back into my bag. Then I realized most of the people were gone, except for T-Dog. T-Dog was holding his bloody face. You alright there, buddy? Yeah, I'm fine, he said, grumbling. Want me to check out the nose? Are you a doctor? No? Then no. Come on! I have some medical supplies. You have what now? Medical supplies. I stole them from a hospital. How did you get out? Do not ask me. Either way, want some? Painkillers? Sure. I went through one of my bags with the medicine in it. Pulled out some painkillers and threw the painkillers at him. He grabbed it and took some. Threw it back at me. I put it back in my bag and we just sat there. All of a sudden, most of everyone came to the rooftop. But 2 people were missing. My eyes widened as I saw Glenn and Rick were gone. Where's Rick and where's Glenn? I said as I sat up. They are down there. Andrea, in her bratty voice, pointed down to the horde of zombies. They're down what? I said as I looked over the edge. Rick and Glenn were alive, but walking with the horde. And none of you thought of getting me? I said as I stared at them. You're a kid. So what? You're gonna die if you go down there? Why did I push you down there myself? I said with anger boiling up in my veins. I promised to keep Rick safe. As quick as light, I ran downstairs, pulled the nearest zombie towards me, and was about to chop him up into pieces. But Andrea pulled me back. What are you doing? I said as I tried to get to the zombie. You aren't going out there. Rick made me promise that you would be safe. I am probably going to be the safest person alive, no matter what. How? Ooh, you are... I heard the thunder of a storm. My blood ran cold. Oh, no. I tried to beat out of her grip. I was trying not to use chakra I didn't want to hurt her, even though she annoyed me. She pulled me upstairs and to the rooftop. It was starting to rain now. I looked over the edge and saw Rick and Glenn running. My heart stopped. I promised to keep him safe. And look at me, I'm stuck here, unable to actually go and get him. I started to breathe heavy and started to walk back and forth. They're gone, they're leaving us, Andrea said, and I was about to give her a nice, beautiful goodnight punch. But another woman, this time the woman here had beautiful black hair and skin. I called her Fluffy Hair since her hair looked very fluffy. It was not poofed up, but it looked very fluffy and comfortable to touch. So Fluffyhead told Andrea that no, they're not leaving us, which I was very happy for. I sat beside Merle, hugging my knees. Why are you so upset? I know he's your brother and all. And, well, I promised Rick, alright? We're not brothers by blood, but I took care of him for 2 days when he was in the hospital, when the zombie apocalypse came. And I was there sticking out my neck, keeping him safe. In return, Rick kept me safe. Even though Rick can be annoying sometimes, trying to stop me from doing my job, Rick, he's a good person, even though he can be annoying sometimes. And I promised Rick that I would get him to his family safely. And he does this. He doesn't inform me that he is going to go out there with a horde of man-eating zombies. It's the... I grew attached of him. Alright? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be blabbing off to you about my problems. You're here chained to this, wherever the heck you're chained to, and stuck here. I'm sorry, I'm just... Why does Rick have to be so stupid? Because he's white? Merle mumbled. Hey, watch it, I said as I kicked his foot. Then he kicked mine. Then we just went into a full kicking war. I laughed and giggled, and Merle just plainly laughed his rear end off as he was beating me in my own game. We didn't even notice that everyone else was gone, until T-Dog came running towards us with the key in hand. Then everything came together as I heard a car to the back of the building. The closer that T-Dog got to us, the more we can see of his panic. Then he fell, and the key in hand went down the drain. Literally. Merle said it was on purpose. I tried my best to break the chain. I pulled and yanked. I was about to go for my kunai. That was until T-Dog picked me up and started to run. Put me down, I'm not leaving him here. This is unhumane, we can't leave Merle here. I shouted as I bit, clawed, and tried to rip myself away from T-Dog. Sorry, kid, he said as he punched me in the face. It was a hard punch. I blacked out as I reached for Merle. Then, the next thing I know, I was in a car. Well, no, it was more of like a truck or a van. I was on the floor, just dazed. Ugh, I groaned as I tried to get up. Then, what happened to me and Merle came into mind. I growled as I stared at T-Dog. I lunged at him, but something grabbed the back of my shirt and pulled me. I choked as the shirt went around my throat and was kind of cutting off my airway. I coughed as I rearranged the shirt. I stared at the hand that has my shirt. It was Rick. Kid, I know you want to kill him now, but please do it when we are somewhere safe. Fine. And Rick, you have a lot to explain to me when we are somewhere actually safe. I said as I crossed my arms. Fine, he said as we drove onwards. Merle isn't gonna... Merle... Where's Merle? Rick said as he rubbed his eyebrows. Rick, T-Dog left him up there. I tried to explain to him, but Rick cut me off. Let T-Dog explain, alright? I believe your story, but why don't we let T-Dog explain, okay? I nodded my head. T-Dog explained to Rick about what happened and why I was knocked out. Daryl will not be happy when he hears this. One of the team members mumbled. Daryl? Rick said. Merle's younger brother. Oh, great. Now we have to tell him, I mumbled. We drove on in silence. And that stayed that way. And this will be the ending of part 6. Love you guys. I'm going to make part 7 quickly. And yeah, adios.